Welcome to Lunch Break. We get an hour lunch, so we're spending 15 minutes of it each day to talk about whatever. So, let's begin the week. Lunch break.
Lunch break. It's Monday.
Yeah.
Wait, no. It's Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It is Wednesday.
It's our Monday because we're back from vacation.
Yeah.
Happy vacation. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm miserable. We got back from Cincinnati, and ever since then, I have my sinuses, my allergies have been crazy coming back here. And now I'm just miserable. Like, I'm at work, either I'm just like flooded and feeling horrible, or I take a Benadryl and I'm falling asleep.
You sound sinusy. Didn't it
hurts.
start with like a sore throat or something?
Yeah, well, it was like not really a sore throat, even, like, because it was like it was allergy. I don't know, something to do with allergies. So it was like a vague annoyance, like a vague scratchiness, and then that kind of evolved and then kind of went away, and then immediately after it went away, my sinuses exploded.
Oh God!
So now now I'm just like, my whole face is stuffed up and I can't, like, I feel like crap.
Yeah, you sound all like nasally and like crackly and like full of stuff, like all stuffy.
Yeah, it's bad. It's awful. And I don't know, it kind of came out of nowhere.
Did you have fun on vacation though?
I mean, yeah, it was great. We did all kinds of stuff. It was good.
I fucking love Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We did a lot that weekend. I guess it was over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot. Went to the casinos and stuff and like hung out. And, like, drank way too much.
Oh yeah, we spent like all of Saturday just from morning to the end of the day just drinking. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But very fun.
Yeah, I can't. I wanted to mention the guy that was just dumping his money into the slot machine. That was
The
right
dude in
next to
camo?
Yeah, the camo. There was a camo guy. There was just like a guy that was right behind where we were sitting when we got to the casino that was just dumping like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into this machine. And what I assume was his wife was just sat there next to him, staring at him with this face of just like pure
Desolation.
Yeah, just like she just looked so miserable and bored and sad. And like, he would run out of money and then get up and dump more in.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy.
He was there before we were there, and then I remember we gambled. He was still there. We were at the bar chilling, still there, and then we go to leave, and he's still there, just pressing the gambling button.
Right. Yeah. But
I've never been to a casino before, but I always heard it was like full of old people with like breathing apparatus pressing a button over and over, and like literally we walked in, instantly saw that. Just some old
literally
lady.
like having to like get out of the way of people with like walkers with literal breathing like machine things.
The oxygen
like,
tank.
Yeah, the tanks. Yeah, that pretty much was what it was. The bar was almost empty, which I thought was weird. Like the bar, there was not that many people at the bar. Like everybody was on machines. So we just kind of like, once I was done losing money, we just sat around.
Yeah, the bar was pretty chill. Nice cozy couches.
Yeah.
Brandon bought us some drinks.
Yeah. Brandon bought all kinds of stuff. Well, Brandon lost and gained everything that night.
He won big, but then lost it all.
Yeah, like he won like a ton of money, and then immediately like was like, oh, drinks all around, and then lost all of that money.
He was in the mindset like 99% of gamblers quit before they win big.
But yeah, not amazing.
Then after that, we went to that one bar where they were like, I don't know, it was like a French fry brewery place. So they sold really delicious French fries and a whole bunch of selection of beers. I remember at that point I was kind of eepy because it was like in the morning, and I was considering getting like a Red Bull or like an energy drink or something. But then I saw that they had like a caffeine beer, and I was like, oh shit. And it was like a low percentage on both caffeine and beer. And it got me a little tipsy, but also it woke me up. It wasn't like too much caffeine to make me anxious though.
Huh. That's cool.
Probably one of my favorite places we went to.
Yeah. No, I was just going for the Jaeger bombs, and I was kind of a mistake at the casino because they gave me an actual full can of Red Bull, so I poured the whole thing in there, and then that just annihilated me. And I crashed so hard, and then I was peeing like crazy the rest of the night because
I think that was all before noon, and we were up until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So like crashing on a Red Bull.
Yeah. Yep. While we were walking around, I was crashing.
We walked like 10 miles at least, like
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah, we did a ton of walking. Yeah, we pretty much, that was pretty much the only way we got around. We Ubered. I only paid for an Uber once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then we took that tram a lot. through
The
city.
streetcar thing?
Yeah, whatever it is.
I love that. It was so much faster than I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't super bad. And like I didn't know what to expect. Like I thought it was going to be it was pretty crowded in there like every time we took it, but it wasn't like unbearable.
Yeah, it's not like the subways in Japan where they're like pushing people into the
Yeah.
fucking thing to cram them in like sardines.
Right. Like it was usually a place where you could find like a good handle or something to hold on to.
That was comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. No, the whole trip was fun. Kind of a lot happened, really.
Trying to think
but-
of other things we
Yeah.
did. There was like karaoke was cool. I wish I did my own song, but I wasn't feeling very extroverted that night.
You know, I could have. I mean, I did. I was thinking about the whole time when we were up there, like, I could go up there and sing something stupid, but
It's Ultimate Showdown.
yeah, that'd be funny. I don't know if they would let me. I don't know if I could have gotten away with that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that would have been so funny, actually.
I was thinking if we do it again, you should do Ultimate Showdown
Yeah.
and I'll do Take on Me
Yeah,
by Aha.
yeah, yeah. No, that was good.
We went to, what was it called? Penn's. It was like, it's bowling, but like miniature bowling, like miniature golf,
Right.
but miniature bowling. And that was really fun.
Yeah. No,
Brandis-
it was great because the freaking like wires that hold the
Oh,
pins up or whatever, and then watching like Matt or whatever like throw like everybody was like getting that thing tangled up constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just overhand throwing balls, and that was horrible. It was horrible. You did it the first time you did it. I couldn't even believe it happened. I was like, it sounded like a gunshot went off, and then and then you did it again. I was like, I can't believe you're doing it again. I was like, and I drank a lot in Penn's.
Yeah, I was definitely way too drunk at that point. I just found it like really stupid funny. Like the best part is like whenever you're throwing it overhand, I guess like the camera or something that registers your turn doesn't detect it, so you get like free pens.
Yeah. Yeah, the Penn's was cool. It was like I feel like I like that more than bowling, like regular bowling.
Oh yeah,
because it was just like chill.
I'm not really that big of a fan of bowling.
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's also you can injure yourself and crap.
The
And with
ball's
that,
all
you just
heavy.
kind of you just kind of grab the stupid little like cannonball and go whoo, and give it a good chuck.
They also had that arcade in the basement. That was fucking awesome with all the free games.
Oh yeah, that was the same place. That was at
Mhm.
Penn's. Okay,
It's also the
Alright.
place with the pinball machine, but those
Yeah.
weren't free.
okay, yeah, that was really cool. I like having a bunch of free arcade machines is pretty dope. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to make those free.
It was very surprising to me that they were free. Like I
Yeah.
was like, how the fuck? Where's all these people getting change? But then I was like, I'm just gonna try it, and immediately
Yeah.
turned on and started working. I was like, oh shit, these
Right.
are all fucking free.
Yeah, I was shocked too. It was a pretty good amount of them too, like a
Mhm.
decent variety of them. We played the crap out of that like basketball one, the 4-player basketball one. In
Getting
the back.
into an argument like
Yeah.
as if like we're going because I thought you were like the other team
Yeah.
for like half the time we were playing, and then
Oh,
at the very
yeah.
end I was like, oh wait, when you say you're green, you mean you're green on my team, not you're the green team.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, that was good. I'm so tired.
Yeah. Very low energy. I had a difficult time getting into work today, but thankfully all the shit that they're giving me is easy and chill. So I'm just like, just kind of relaxing, trying not to fall asleep or anything.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to I also didn't want to like I don't know. I didn't want to like I didn't want to wear myself out too quickly on those days.
Mhm.
Like every time we were there. But we ended up doing so much, so I just kind of was like full throttle the entire time, like drinking a lot the whole time we were walking or whatever, and like regretting it the whole way through.
You said something that really stuck out to me. I've been thinking about it a lot. You're like, this probably would have really good for us. We didn't
Yeah.
drink so much the
Right.
entire time.
Yeah, like the whole because we walked so much and we did so much there, and I
It was
was
like 20,000 steps a day.
right. And if we weren't drinking, it probably would have been like good, and we probably would have had the same amount of fun. like I don't know, drinking is a lot.
Yeah, I'm considering taking not like going stone cold sober
Yeah,
with
yeah.
drinking, but definitely not doing it as much, and probably not drinking like once a week anymore or anything. Maybe once a month or once every few months or once a year or something if it gets to that extreme. But I don't know about that now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to slow down. I mean, I already kind of don't drink that much generally,
Mm-hmm.
but like I would like to like pretty much stop even thinking about it. Like it just doesn't. Half the time, whenever I do drink, especially on the weekends, I just kind of regret it because I'm just like, what did I really get out of this? Like I'm doing the same thing I'd normally do. I'm just poisoned.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule a lot, and I find that the data shows I've been wearing my Fitbit a lot whenever I sleep, like past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But I get a pretty consistent sleep schedule until we reach the weekends where I start drinking and staying up until like 3 a.m.
Right.
And then my sleep schedule gets all out of whack, and I'm just getting deep sleep takes multiple nights of consistently sleeping well. So one day can really mess up your progress.
Yeah, I mean, well, just like kind of just unraveling every weekend can't be good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I've had enough of it for a while. But that isn't to say that I won't occasionally drink or do whatever I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm no prude or anything.
But yeah, I also wanted to mention last time on the last podcast we talked about Dragon Age a little bit. And I kind of realized, like, I did play that game like a decent amount, but when I'm talking about the immersion stuff, I'm mostly remembering like the very beginning of the game, like that. There's like this whole setup to like your story and everything, and I felt like I had a lot of control then, and I don't really have that much of a memory as to what my gameplay experience was like past that point that far. So like, I don't want to like discredit the credit I've given to the game, but I also want to say, like, I feel like we should play it and find out for ourselves.
Everything I've seen on it is always like very rave reviews, except for I think it's the third one that came out, which everyone says is like a catastrophe or something.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the other games. I think it's just Origins that I played.
Okay.
But
is it kind of like I was reading a bit into it, and the beginning of the game kind of reminds me of like kind of like the start of like Mount and Blade, where like you pick your character's like family's backstory and your character's backstory.
Yeah,
it's just obviously in Dragon Age it's like a huge fantasy setting, and it's not like this weird open sandbox RPG. It's more of like a linear story faced RPG.
Yeah. I mean, I think I tried maybe a different character, maybe like a somebody with a bow or something. I can't remember, but I know that my first gameplay was like my longest one, and it was when I picked a mage class.
Oh yes,
and you start off in like the mage school, and you kind of have to get out of there before you start your whole quest. So like the different starting locations is just cool in general. Like I like games that do that. World of Warcraft does that, obviously, but like it's fun. I find that to be like stupid immersive.
Always the mod I would always get in Skyrim, because I hate the fucking starting in the Skyrim start date. So you can kind of get like a similar thing with the mod where you're just like, what was your family like? What kind of shit do you like? And then you'll start in some I don't know, fucked up shack, or in like the Winterhold College or something because you're a mage or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah. Oh God, dude, I'm exhausted. I don't even know how I'm gonna go back to work. I have the option. I could just call out today, but I'm probably gonna feel like this tomorrow.
We're already like more than halfway through the day, kind of. Whenever I take sick days like that, where I was like, it's just like 2 hours or like 1 hour, it just kind of feels like
pointless.
Wasted like sick time I could have used for an entire day or something.
Yeah, I don't know. And also, like, I didn't want to do it because, like, I'm afraid that, again, I'm just going to feel the same way tomorrow. I'm afraid, like, if I took off today or did it earlier today, then, like, tomorrow I'm just going to wake up, maybe feel worse, and be like, oh, great. Like, I'm glad I took yesterday off. This is awesome. Because I totally would have just come home and immediately slept if I did. So, I don't know.
Yeah, might as well use your miserable time working and doing it, using your miserable time efficiently.
Right.
I guess is the way I'm trying to word that.
Yeah. Oh God, we don't have a lot of time left, but
shout out to that Rheingeist Brewery. That place was pretty cool.
Yeah.
A million fucking drinks. Literally like a 10 by 10 grid on the wall that shows you all the different types of drinks and like their makeouts, like whether they're fruity or more hoppy or more soury and IPA. I thought that was really fucking cool.
That place was sweet. I felt like a lot. I mean, it felt like similar to the most of the breweries we went to, except it was very busy in there. Like there were tons of people.
Very busy, but not a lot going on.
Yeah,
you
that's
kept
also
no
true.
movement.
Yeah, people were very still. A lot of people sitting at tables and karaoke and stuff going on. But then, like, you kind of look around the room and everyone's just kind of sat there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, it was cool. We go to a lot of breweries though. We've been doing that a lot.
Yeah, we went to that one by Railroad, but I can't remember the name of it. And then I guess on that trip we had to have gone to like either 2 or 3 breweries.
I think so. Well, we went to a lot of freaking bars, so it's kind of hard to piece it all together. Oh God, we got to go back.
Yeah, back to the grind.
Yay! I'm gonna fall asleep. Bye. Lunch break.
Lunch break. It's Thursday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Tuesday, but actually our Thursday.
Yeah, that still tripped me
Yeah,
out.
me
Like
too.
it's still like my first thought was like before we started, I was like, oh, it's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
Tuesday. How's work going for you?
It's fine. I actually haven't really gotten that much done, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna try to like speed run the last half of the day to try to get like my scores and stuff.
You don't sound as stuffy today.
No, I actually feel better. When I first got to work, I sneezed like 4 times. And then I did take a Benadryl at like maybe around 8 o'clock or something. So that might still be in my system a little bit right now. But I didn't like crash on it as hard as I did yesterday.
That's good.
Which I think yesterday was the first time I took Benadryl in like a very long. I very rarely take any kind of medicine in general. So like I think maybe it was just because it was the first time I took like medicine like that in a long time, and my body just freaked out, and I was like falling asleep at my desk and shit, like trying my best to keep my eyes open. It was so every time I blinked, I felt like I was gonna fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Oh my
like
God,
literally, like it was so crazy. But like today, I feel much better. So I do still have like the allergy thing going on. It's just tree pollen. That's all it is.
I really try to avoid the allergy medicine because it's always just the same result. I'm just like, I guess it works. I'm sleeping now. Fantastic.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't love it. Being drowsy at work is not fun. It's very uncomfortable. And
I'd rather be at home sleeping in my bed, nice and tucked up.
yeah, but it's worse when I'm like sneezing and like I just have like stuff coming out of my nose the whole time, like or my head is pressurized and crap. It's way more distracting. I'd rather be a little tired than
having
that.
a headache and
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's kind of like there's a trade-off, but eventually this pollen count's supposed to go down this week. It's been raining a lot. You'd think the rain would have pulled all the freaking pollen out of the air because it should it should pull it out of the air.
Maybe temporarily, but then it's like fuel to
Yeah.
feed the next wave of pollen.
I guess, but I don't know.
So I've gotten back into running recently, which I used to be super into long distance running before I injured my ankle.
Right.
And then I spent a year or so recovering from surgery, and I finally, I'm able to run again and do it for quite a long amount of time without feeling any difficulties in my ankles. Like I've gone on 3 runs so far, and the worst that I felt was a little sore, but it's nothing compared to how it used to be when I was suffering from tendinosis.
Right.
So just like a day recovery, and then it already feels better again.
Huh.
While
That's awesome.
previously it would just be painful forever.
Where have you just been doing like treadmill?
I did 2 treadmill runs,
Yeah.
and then the other day when I went to the park nearby, I did an outdoors run to see how it would feel on uneven ground.
Gotcha.
I avoided doing any hills, but any of the flat bits, I would run there. And I went over a mile like that. So pretty great.
I met because I know you were taking a break because of like previous injuries and stuff, like just kind of But I imagine like everything we did in Cincinnati last weekend probably gave you some confidence. Like we were walking a lot.
Oh yeah, I was having no issues whatsoever. Like at the end of the day, a little sore. I did some stretches. Wake up in the morning, perfectly fine.
Right. That's awesome. I'm kind of my right knee is starting to bother me again, but every time it starts to bother me, my first thought is like, am I doing the things I'm supposed to be doing? And the answer is always no. I haven't been doing like my knee exercises as often as I should, and I got to get back into it again. Like I always think like, okay, my knee's messed up again. Like, what do I do? Like start to freak out about it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like if I just I'd be concerned if I was doing that daily and then I still had pain.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'd be worried about it. But like every time I start having problems, I'm like, oh, that's right, I've been slacking.
I really wish I learned this lesson many years ago, because whenever I was first encountering the tendinosis issues, I wasn't aware of how long of an issue this could be, because I was thinking, oh, I'll be down for a couple months. The process of healing the Achilles tendinosis was 3 or 4 years of
Right.
going through this stupid pain cycle before I finally, nipped it in the bud and was able to give over a year's long of consistent rest and recovery exercises to actually get to the point to where I am now.
Right. Yeah. It definitely there's so much discipline involved.
Mhm.
Like I feel like God, physical. Like, again, I think we've said this before, but I mentioned it before. But physical therapy is so incredibly powerful and so insanely important.
And fucking annoying.
Yeah, very very repetitive.
Tedious.
Yeah. I
But-
can't imagine that anybody. I feel like a lot of people just, in general, just suffer from things that are technically curable
Mhm.
like that.
Loads
Like,
loads of old people
yeah.
have very chronic issues that stem from 30 years of not stretching or doing any balancing exercises.
Right. It's a shame. Like, it's just sad. And I don't really know what can really be done about that unless, other than just a more, like a more individually based, like, health system,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't really have.
Mm-mm.
We can't really do it. There's not enough fucking doctors.
Mm-mm.
Well, there's no way to do it.
I guess you can. I know there are initiatives to, teach children about nutrition and fitness and get them to hopefully appreciate it early on.
Right.
Because I know our generation,
Yeah.
gym class was a joke.
Right.
The fucking health class was also a joke. It's
Yeah.
running about the food pyramid. You need to eat just 100 pieces of bread a day.
Yeah, I guess that really is the way it is. Like it requires, like, you have to do it yourself. You have to know how to do it. You have to know how to take care of yourself. Like I guess that's pretty much the end of the end of that. Like, so I guess education is really where it starts. I don't know. It's still just a shame.
I feel like I was kind of lucky with how I was raised, because I was like, my earliest memories is being obese, and then surrounded by my sister and mom, who are very, very, very obese.
Yeah.
And then, I eventually moved into my grandfather, and he knows nothing about nutrition. So
Right.
I finally, I don't know, I got I guess you would call it like the freshman 50 experience, like the first moving out experience and learning to take care of yourself
Yeah.
as like kind of like a child out of like necessity. Cause like I was like in high school having like this self-realization moment, like I can't run a mile. I'm fucking unflexible everywhere, and I have no idea what is good for you. Like
Right.
something has to give.
Yeah.
And that led me on this probably over 10 years long journey where I'm quite obsessive over fitness
Right.
and nutrition.
Yeah. I also think that that's also like a phase that a lot of people go through, like around their 20s,
Mm-hmm.
is they get like really focused on their health for a while. Not-
Awareness of their mortality.
right. And hopefully it sticks around. Like, hopefully you continue to take those disciplines with you. But I think for me, like my mom was really big. She was an alcoholic though. She drank a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So there was really no way for her to stay healthy. But in terms of like understanding foods, she did a decent job at like, she did a lot of like home, she mostly cooked at home, and she did a pretty good job at like getting a good variety of foods in there and making it decent. And it was one of those like do as she says, not as she does sort of deals, where it's like she kind of does know how to take care of herself, but she isn't.
They also say that, like, sure, learning by a personal example that happens to yourself is a good way to learn, but also seeing it happen to someone else and them being the example for you to moving forward
Right.
is often quite good. And I feel like that's something that's happened in my life. I've seen loads of people lives completely ruined because
Right.
they're addicted to fast food and drugs.
Yeah. Yep. It goes really fast. And then just also like life just goes fast. Everything goes fast. Like what feels like a little escapade turns into, 10 or 20 years of going downhill or falling off the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's
Or
not
like,
a really good way to recover.
A lot of people don't get the benefit of being exposed to stuff like sports and learning how to exercise as a child. learning how to exercise when you have a full-time job and needing to take care of your nutrition probably really sucks.
Right. And then there's also like two phases. When you're a kid, exercise is easy because you have all that energy and and you feel like you can just run forever and, and it's all there. And then you get older and you don't really have anybody telling you to go to gym anymore. You don't have anybody like giving you that discipline. It's kind of up to you whether to do it. And your body is just different. Like you still have that energy, but you don't really know how to use it anymore. You kind of lumber around. You're a lot bigger. It takes more effort to get yourself to do things.
You probably have lost your flexibility by that
Right.
point, and flexibility is a huge part. Flexibility and mobility is a huge part for sustainable long-term fitness.
Right.
If you're unflexible and you can't move your joints, the risk of injury grows significantly. And if you injure yourself, that opens the Pandora's box for infinite more issues.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like just injuries snowball too, so fast. Like a little injury on like my only real example is my knee, but like even just a simple thing with your knee can lead to like a slight limp, and then that slight limp is putting pressure into putting more weight on your other leg, and then you slowly injure that knee, and then maybe you're injuring your back because you're walking weird or you're sitting weird, whatever it may be, and then it just snowballs. And like if no one's there to stop you or to like point it out, like doctors don't do that. It's crazy. You go to any regular doctor, they'll see you walk in with a limp. You might be hunched over. You sit down, and you sit down, and they're like, "All right, so how's it going? Oh, your blood pressure's high. Here's some blood pressure medication," and send you on your way. Like and not every doctor's really like doctors are very specialized. Like most people just go to like regular physicians or medication.
General practitioner.
Right. And like they know their stuff, but they really don't know. They can't tell you everything.
They're not as they don't know all the good exercise routines a physical therapist could tell you, or a customized diet plan like a nutritionist could tell you.
Right.
They're not going to tell you what's wrong with your skin like a dermatologist would.
Right. It's frustrating to think like to know, like, because you feel like if you go to a doctor, they're going to check you out and you're going to be okay. If you just go to a doctor regularly, you're going to be okay. But fortunately, it really isn't the truth. Like you have to be proactive at learning about how to take care of yourself, and you have to know a lot. You have to learn. It takes education. I don't know. That's a harsh reality.
So my running, I started having thoughts again, because whenever I run, I find thinking clearly is incredibly easy. And I started thinking about different states of cardio, which I know there's probably more than I'm going to list here, but for simple reasons, I'll just combine them into a few ones, which are like resting stage. So like maybe your heart rate's between 60 and 120. It's like the common range for resting. Obviously, it's a spectrum. So some people who are less conditioned may have a higher resting heart rate or a lower, just depending on conditions.
Right.
And then there's burn, which is 120 to 140. Steady state cardio, which is 140 to 160. And then peak, 160 and above. And I find training these specific cardio regions have benefits, especially whenever you're trying to improve your overall conditioning, or what you could call your VO2 max, which is the efficiency that your body can transfer oxygen to your muscles.
Right.
So whenever you're at certain cardio phases, say the third stage, steady state cardio, your body is working quite efficiently at that point, and your body's producing loads of hormones and endorphins like fucking dopamine and serotonin. So it feels good probably. But once you get over that cardio state and you reach over into the peak stage, you start reaching I don't know what the scientific term is. I kind of just call it the snowball of exhaustion. Your
Right.
body kind of gets knocked off kilter, and then you become exponentially more exhausted.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what my point was there. They were
You were pointing out three different cardio categories effectively, but
Well, my whole point was something that I've been missing out on significantly is that third state of steady state cardio, because I haven't been able to run. Whenever I'm doing exercises like the Stairmaster, I'd say I would probably sit in the range between burn and then peak.
right.
getting at that steady state cardio is really difficult to do unless you're doing something like biking or running. And even with biking, I find it difficult to reach that.
Right.
But with running, pretty much within a couple minutes, I can get to that state and maintain it for a long period of time.
Huh.
And doing that, it has a lot of benefits.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I've been slacking on cardio a lot because we've mostly been just weightlifting. I have been wanting to try to get back into it. I definitely need to focus on my knee for a little while longer, or get that back into shape. And then you have like a sort of running exercise, right? Like a pre-running exercise sort of deal.
Mm-hmm. It's I forget the name of it, but it's basically a test you can do that shows if you can do this test pretty easily, then likely you can run.
Right.
And not just run for a minute or two. Your body's ready to run a mile, maybe more.
Right. I feel like I need to get my knee back in shape, and then start trying to focus on getting myself to that point so I can start running again consistently.
Running is hands down my favorite exercise. Like, it feels like it's what we're made to do. Like, what we evolved to be able to run for long periods of time. And whenever you're able to do it, it's a feeling that is very unexplainable. Like, it's like being drunk and high, but you're not on any drugs. And it feels amazing.
Right. Yeah. And then I always loved the after of running, like when you're done and you have that feel like, and you take a shower, or you kind of get relaxed again, and that feeling of just like, you feel like you get like dopamine for the rest of the day afterwards. Maybe not for the rest of the day, but it feels like the rest of the day. It feels like it just sets you up and it makes you feel good. And it really, there's nothing else that compares to it, I don't think.
Maybe drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you could do
Waking
that.
up and down in a 40.
I guess that is an option. God, we got to go back.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Back to the grind.
Yay.
Yay.
Lunch break.
Lunch break.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Happy Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. It's weird.
Still not used to the missing.
I'm
work.
ready for the weekend anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it was, even though it's like a short week, I'm exhausted.
I've got a short week next week as well.
What are you doing?
I'm taking off Friday. I'm going to go to the dentist. They're going to go look at my teeth and go.
Nice. I'm just chilling.
You're going to have to work on Friday.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Friday's great. It's a good day.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Today sucked though. I literally, like, my work adventure has been awful.
Yeah, you were telling me about it. A lot of back and forth with the people you got to talk to.
It's basically like, imagine you have a problem, and it's like, it's a really complicated problem. Like, there's a million different reasons why whatever the thing is that's wrong is wrong, but you can't just say this is wrong and be like, oh, you can't just be like, this isn't working or this doesn't work. You have to explain in explicit detail exactly everything that's wrong with it. Otherwise, the problem won't be fixed.
Yeah, and it's not even like an ABC problem either. It's like an ABC problem with a 1, 2, 3 for each ABC.
You got to put like many different sub things, or like sub problems on the problems. Yeah, I bet that's essentially what I've been dealing with today.
Here's a bulleted list of all my problems and a concise reason as to why.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, I've just been chilling.
Foxhole has been on my mind all fucking day today.
I want to play Foxhole because it looks fun. The allergies been killing me.
Yeah, that's brutal.
As soon as I get home from work, I'm so tired, and all I want to do is just lounge, like just sit around. Like, I don't want to move. It's been pretty gnarly. Although it's supposed to get, like, today is supposed to be, well, I was about to say it's supposed to be, actually, tomorrow is supposed to be the last day that it's really bad. And then it's supposed to be like at least better the rest of the week.
That's good. I'm hoping maybe your body can adapt to the allergies eventually, but I don't know.
I'm still taking medication, although I only took one today, and like I feel pretty good right now, but I'll see. I think I only took one yesterday too, so Benadryl, I mean. So
back to that fucking hell.
Yeah. And I took it really early this morning because I figured I'd try to catch it early before it gets too bad. before like my head fills up with crap.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think it worked out. Although it's starting to become a problem now, so I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, you don't seem very stuffy right now, and you seem more awake than you were yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's again. I took it earlier than I did today or yesterday, and I think it's still in there. But I am starting to feel like the pressure is slowly rising in my
So
head.
you got the little bit of mix of tiredness and a mix of stuffiness, but it's
Yeah.
not too extreme for either or.
Right. Yeah, I'm ready for the trees to stop doing what they're doing.
I
That'd be
think
nice.
you and I, we played Foxhole quite a while ago, like many years ago
Yeah,
when it first came out.
I actually did play it last night a
Mhm.
little bit. I got on while you were on, but only for like a little bit.
I hope you picked the right team.
Yeah, well, I was editing videos actually, so I was rendering stuff for like the UFO stuff, and then like, I think just pulling stuff over from like the podcast stuff. So while I was rendering in the background, I was playing, and I didn't really do much. I got a gun and I went out and I killed like 2 people,
Nice.
and then got killed like 3 times. And
Kind of how it goes.
just sort of wandered around. A lot of it was just me kind of being right at the edge of the front line and just like seeing somebody get killed and then thinking like, oh, I bet they have ammo, and then running out there and trying to grab their ammo and then getting blown up. Like I did that a lot. But yeah, I that game is fun. It just also has like this really kind of like this weird vibe to it where if you don't get in with friends and you're just kind of there alone, it's like just really like, I don't know, I feel like just scared and overwhelmed, just kind of uncomfortable. Like I'm like, okay, I'm like it's just deploy, and now I'm surrounded by people I don't know, and they're all like busy. Like everyone's busy with something, and I don't know what to do, and like trying to like just like that beginning of like trying to figure out what needs to be done. Like, you know, should I just run and throw my body at the front line, or should I, you know, find a job to do?
It was kind of like that for me last night. Like I joined and then I was running around and I saw some people like running forward and I was like, "Where's the war?" And he was like, "It's all around you, man." And I'm like, "Do you know of any like, you know, like organized efforts that may be going on around here?" And then he pointed me in a direction, so I was like, "Sweet." So I respawned over there, and immediately it was like a fucking just like watching like ants go to work. There were just people everywhere running back and forth. And then I noticed a constant stream of dudes with tubes, and they were just running in like this direction, and like one after another. Another guy with a tube running by, another guy with a tube running by. And I was like, "What the fuck are all these tubes?" So I started following all the dudes running with the tubes, and one of the guys with the tubes was like, "Group up." And all the tube people like got together, and there was like 20 of them, and I was like, "What the fuck is like with all these tubes?" And I still know what the tubes. I think they're like explosives or something. One guy probably said something useful, but whenever I was like, "What the fuck are all these tubes?" It was like fucking from the Bobaverse when he does the blap. Like they all just started like fucking giving a bunch of reviews. They're like, "Ah, fuck you. There are tubes."
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that game is just so busy. I tried to talk to people, but like most of the people I talked to, like as soon as I got in, somebody built something on accident, and it was kind of in a weird spot, and they were like, "Oh, I can't destroy this." Ran right up to me and was like, "Can you help me demolish this?" I'm like, I don't even know how to like use a gun right now. Like I just got into the game, and he was like he was like typing in all caps, like just demolish it, like. Do something, like get rid of it. I'm like,
something.
I don't know how to play. Like he's not talking in voice; he's typing. And
an issue that me and you may have, I've run into this issue because we played the game years ago, and the way that the leveling up works in this game is people right click you and commend you. That hasn't changed since the last time we played, and we probably leveled up quite a lot whenever we played years ago. So already we go in and we're already like high level. So people have this like little expectation that we kind of know what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, he was yelling he was screaming at me in chat, and I didn't really know how to respond. I kind of went up to it with a hammer, and I like tried to find like if there's like a demolish button or something, and I didn't know what to do. And then eventually I kind of just walked away, and he ran off and found like somebody else. And then when he went over there, he threw like 2 grenades at it. And it kind of worked, but it was like still there. And he was like, he had to get more people to throw grenades at it. And I was like, I don't know what he expected me to do. Like, I guess maybe I spawned with a grenade. I don't know.
Rally the troop, boys. Come with me. We got to destroy this thing.
Right.
Everyone grab a grenade.
But yeah, I was immediately under pressure. I was like, oh God, like what do I do? Like I'm trying to help. I'm trying to be useful. But after that, I just found the nearest place to get a weapon, and then just went straight to the front line because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna fight. I was mostly useful. I'd like to think I was useful. I was doing some suppression, and I know I got a couple kills, but I mean, the front line just feels so hopeless in that game. You feel like completely like it just feels like a lost cause. Unless you have like a good team of people behind you or people are coordinating. As soon as you get up there, like there's just fog of war and explosions, and there's like and as far like as soon as you move out even a little bit beyond like where the last trench is, it's pretty much suicide.
Whenever I was playing the other day, I found it actually pretty surprisingly easy to, once I got to the front line, I found a place where I could just hold the front line with a couple of guys, and we were there for 3 or 4 hours, just like chilling, talking, and then occasionally guys would run up and be like, pow, pow,
Right.
and kill them.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, like,
it just depends on where you are.
Right. Yeah, I think I joined a particularly hot spot, but it was also, well, I think it was a hot spot between two really hot spots. So, like, I think there were loads of enemies trying to flank through the area that we were defending. So, like, trying to get behind, like, the front line, I guess, by going into this spot. So it was like a constant flow of people, like, trying to sneak through. And, so like I would go backwards or like as soon as I got up there, if you go left or right or backwards, you'll probably run into an enemy like just making their way behind you, which was weird.
There's also some places where like it's contested regions and there's not really a set front line. It's just like this big open area.
Right.
And that was the issue I was having like last night I was playing because I tried to join the front line that I've been fighting with like the whole time, but I guess when I was playing last night, the platoon that was like organized there, I guess they weren't online or they were somewhere else on the map. So I just kept going there, and it was just like random people doing their own stuff with friends.
Right.
And then, yeah, you spawn, and there'd be like enemies in the base. You'd be like, what the fuck? How are you guys like this deep into behind enemy lines? Just because there's no one there. They're all fighting somewhere else.
I really don't like when I like. If you are there with a large group of people that know what they're doing, things seem like they're working like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, it feels like there's no way that anything could ever possibly get done ever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how, like, sometimes I get to a depot and I'm like, how are there so many guns and ammo here? Like, who brought this here? Who was responsible for this? Somebody must have, like, worked really hard to get this stuff here just for me to wander in and take a gun and a ton of ammo out of it.
Oh, yes.
And, like, yeah.
There are very large dedicated communities for every part of this game for each faction. Like, there's a dedicated community for the Warden's logistic companies for, like, one section of the map.
Right.
And, like, they're all broken down. And, like, there's fucking logistics section A, logistics section B, and they all get their own parts of the map that they focus on.
Are they using like Discord to communicate? Because I know that there is like the game has like a Discord with it.
Yeah, there's a main Foxhole Discord, and then that Discord advertises a bunch of other Discords, which was I was talking about, like the Warden specific logistic company A.
Okay.
So you can go in the Foxhole Discord and advertise like I want to join something, and then people will just be like, you can join us, and then you join their Discord and there's already people just, chatting and planning stuff out.
Cool.
I think the coolest thing about the game, I think, so far was the combination of the server, like making it all one unified large server. It just makes it very easy for the community to, get together now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it does seem cool. Again, I'm intimidated by it, but I would love to get in there and like just join and literally do that. Like, hey, where can I be useful? Like, get me doing something, whether it's busy work or just whatever. Like, I'm down. But that game is also insanely time consuming because you literally could just be like, getting in a truck and driving from the same two locations for like 3 hours.
You could be in a forklift just loading ships, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just loading artillery shells onto a ship.
Right. And your job is arguably very important, but you're just doing that.
It's a very important cog in the machine.
Right. It's wild. Very cool game. It's
Very
amazing
impressive.
that it works. It's amazing that it works at all. Like I feel like if you were to pitch this game, it'd be like, no, there would never be a big enough community. There'd never be enough organization. There'd never be enough like people that are knowledgeable enough to actually like coordinate the whole deal, but somehow it comes together and it works.
It is very, very impressive. It's like kind of like almost a half bit of like a dream game that I've always had. Like a fun concept that I think would be really cool is like Factorio, but it's competitive Factorio. Instead of trying to go to space, you're making like a war factory to fight each other.
Right.
And instead of people, maybe you're making like battle droids or something. And whoever can make the most effective and efficient factory will win the fight.
Right. Yeah. Which is kind of what an RTS really is. Like a lot of real-time strategy games are effectively that. But like, I think you're meaning like more in the lines of Foxhole related dealios, right?
But also how like there's complex logistical chains behind the things you're making. So like in Factorio, smelt iron combines with copper to make a processing unit combines with another thing to make that. That combines with an even more complicated item to make an even bigger specialized item.
Right.
That kind of thing. So like you would make ammunition and weapons, of course, but then you'd also make more. So you need like better AI for your units to make more advanced processing units.
Right.
It just makes the complexity of the chain exponentially larger.
I don't know how many like RTS games really get into like the material stuff as much, because usually they're just like, you just have like units or like time or like mass or whatever it is, and then you'll have like, I don't know, build power or something, like a power, like electricity, energy, and then that's about it. And then you're essentially just constructing units, but like to actually like make factories that would definitely be. I don't know if there's anything like that.
There's a few games that I can like. There's Foxhole. That's probably the best one.
Right, but everybody's playing an individual unit, like an individual character in that. Which is, I guess, is kind of what you're saying, what you're hoping for. I would like to see that. I would still like to see that in RTS.
There's I can't think of any RTSs that are like Supreme Commander with like, robots or futuristic units, but there's I can't remember the name. It's not Towns. It's a town management game where you are fighting another town and you have to, it's like a medieval kind of setting.
Okay.
And then there's a newer version of that came out recently called Manor Lords, and that one's pretty cool. You build like an old like 14th century village, and then you got to, get wheat and everything. You got to get food and water and stuff. But eventually you can mine materials to make weapons that you can use to go and fight other people and take resources from them and get even better stuff. And then it turns into like a Total War-esque like real-time strategy game.
Huh.
But it's all in like the same, you don't like go to like a loading stream. It's all in the same world.
Right. That does sound kind of neat. I don't think I've ever actually looked into that at all. Also, I can't believe it's already 15. We've pretty much, I didn't expect to be talking about Foxhole, but that's what happened. Yeah.
Well, shit. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Yay, it's Friday.
Yay, woo.
That is good.